Alrighty, so with the uh, corrupted zones cleared and the hunting trials all passed, we are ready to proceed. Alrighty, we made it to this little campfire over here, just south of the metal flower that we're after. As we head on up into this ravine, though, it looks like it is not unguarded. And now, that's my guard. And just past the Ravager, we've got, right about in this area here, our Metal Flower Mark II H. And just to note, there are glint hawks in the area, so I'll be careful. So from this Strider Site campfire, if you head on up north, just follow the road, and eventually you'll see over here on the left what look like some Banuk markers.
If they weren't looking for me.
So that should be the sign that there's a Banuk figure over here. That one looks like an arrow pointing down, so we're going to give that one a shot. See if there's some handholds there. I don't see any handholds though. Oh, there's a wire. Okay, so from your little Banuk site here, it looks like this might be a way up. So we'll go ahead and miss. There we go. There we are. A lot of sideways jumping on this one. Go very carefully towards the ledge and hit square to drop onto it. From here, though, I'm not entirely sure where to go. Oh, up. There we go. There we are, we made it to the top. Now we just need to take this very precarious wire across. You'd never catch me doing that. Heck no. Couple quick jumps. And here we find our Banuk artifact, the Vision.
A wind sculpture. Banuk, probably.
And that is all Banuk figures found.
Sunfall. The Mad King Duran's summer palace. A bulwark of Karja might against the howling Forbidden West.
Thanks for the history lesson.
But they have no idea what lies beneath. We will learn much from this, Aloy.
That's what I'm hoping.
Ceasefire or no, Avad will have to answer for that. I shudder to think.
So we've made it all the way up to Sunfall, but before we go in, there is a new side quest down this way. So we'll see what this is first.
She's very pale. Is she unwell?
Yes. She's a fighter, but the fever on her won't lift. It only burns hotter. Her name is Shiana, my sister.
Isn't there anyone in Sunfall who can help?
We're refugees. We know our place. And there's only one healer in the territory. He's difficult. His soul is in shadow.
His soul is in shadow.
Galiv. That's him. He's very clever, but he has little care for people. Perhaps the desert scoured it all away. Perhaps he was always like that. Either way, I know he won't help us.
Well, I'll see about that. Where would I find him?
Last I heard, he was patching up soldiers at Blazon Arch. Another border battle.
As to the ceasefire,
I'll keep the moon from your brow.
violence, even if it is temporary.
I hope Alice knows what he's doing.
Oh, that's not too far away. But before we do that, we're pretty close to one of these.
I'll tuck that away.
Alrighty, so from Sunfall, if we head around the mountainside here, past this Longleg site, to right about here, we can see some handholds cut in the mountain. Or grips that we can climb up anyway. And this little pathway should bring us up to where that vantage point was. When you get to the top, there are 2 scrappers, but they should be pretty easy to take care of at this point. And then you've got your Vantage. Bryce Orbital.
Day 12. As we watched the booster arc up into the night sky, riding a pillar of flame, you took my hand, squeezed it, and said, "You have written the story of our family across the stars."
And now it's called Sunfall. So we can take the zip lines down to Sunfall. But I don't want to go that way. Alrighty, so for this metal flower here, we're gonna start roughly here at this Shellwalker site and start heading west, kind of along the river here. So you'll come heading in there, and we'll go up this little area here. There's kind of a little dirt path that leads kind of up into a little ravine. You can hear glint hawks overhead. We'll just kind of keep going up. And eventually we'll come to these handholds up over here on the left. And glint hawks. But on top of the area is this metal flower marked 2D. And that is the last of our metal flowers, so we get the trophy for all metal flowers found. If we can survive to tell the tale. Alrighty, so for our quest to find, for the Healer's Oath, we're going to go ahead and start back at this campfire here. And just kind of make our way south into this little settlement. along the way. If you don't have this campfire here by Kestrel's Perch yet, we can go ahead and get that now. We're sitting on the dock of the bay here. We've got Galieve.
Are you Galieve? The healer?
I had planned to spend the day gazing at the lands of my exile and feeling sorry for myself. But you're not from Sunfall, so this could be interesting.
I came from the tent city there. There's a sick girl. Her brother told me about you.
The answer is no.
What?
No, I can't spare the medicine, nor my time to administer it. My resources are already spread thin. Thin as the soiled cloths I have to use for dressings.
Why won't you help?
Look at it from my perspective. What meager goods I can get must be smuggled in. That's expensive. The behemoth's share goes to the military. Of course, there are the demands of the Citadel. Helis' kestrels are so prone to sticky ends. What's left, that's for the nobles, who can pay well for my services.
Look at it from my perspective. A little girl is sick.
I think we are calling to each other across an ideological impasse.
What's stopping me from just making you do it?
I'd have to cause a situation. And you wouldn't harm the only healer disgraced enough to work for the Shadow Karja, would you?
Well, we've only just met, but yes, it's tempting.
And take it up with the Citadel. They decide who lives and dies. Nothing you can do would compare to my punishment if I use the last of my stock on a tent girl.
You're kind of an ass, healer.
There's no cure for a conscience. But in this line of work, I've built up an immunity to it. And yet, if you feel so strongly about this one girl, perhaps we can make a deal. My charity for a Thunderjaw heart.
That's not how charity works.
It is how deals work. You'd settle my debts. For a while.
I already have the part.
Wow, we could already have a deal. Quickly now, let's salve your poor conscience.
See to the girl, and it's yours. Not before.
Oh, please. On my oath, this girl will survive to see our sad future. You and I shouldn't be seen together. Go on to the slums ahead of me. I'll find you presently. You do stand out in a crowd.
Well, farming all those Thunderjaws had a
What sort of
perk.
person sells their loyalty?
I already had the heart to give him. There we go, there's our tent city.
Here comes another restless night.
It's you. Hello again.
I've brought someone to see your sister.
How did you... What did we do to deserve... No. Wait. I don't even want to ask. In case a shadow passes over and it's gone.
Smart boy.
She'll have his full attention. Won't she?
Once I'm freed of other distractions, yes. That's enough excitement for my rest day.
Thank you. Again. For giving her a better chance.
Nightfall. Chill's
What's she
coming.
called?
Shiana.
I knew a Shiana once. She sang in a tavern. It's odd. How is your sister's singing voice?
She likes ball games. She wants to be a soldier.
That's a shame.
Isn't hunger supposed to keep you sharp? I keep forgetting what I was doing. I can't believe Orbital turned his back on us. He's always been a righteous man.
The sun. Proud traditional code.
It's not like this in Meridian. At least.
But I'm sure there isn't.
Okay, glad I'm not down there.
Now we get to see if your attack on their focus network was entirely successful.
What are you talking about? Did I crash the network or not?
In theory, all success. Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you in a moment. In the meantime, circulate.
Out this loyalty sort of makes me anxious. They can call it a ceasefire, but the usurpers are starving us out, plain and simple.
Outlanders! If you want to hear about today's bounties, head for the throne room. You're not going to make any shards by standing out here. Filthy mercenary bottom feeders.
I'll take the shards, even if it means having to listen to Bahamas.
What are you waiting around for, Outlander? Bounties are announced inside.
Sure, I like the idea of hiring mercenaries.
Alright, let's go see if there's any bounties.
Leave. Soon. By the glory of the sun revealed. Behold, radiant Edaman, the one true Sun King, the light in shadow, whose will is light and whose light is law!
I command Lucius Bahavas to speak in my behalf.
By the will of radiant Edaman does the sun glare down mercilessly upon the traitor Uthid. To the hunter who brings his head to us shall go a bounty of 500 shards.
More prisoners than royalty, don't you think? Love your hair. You and I need to chat, little huntress. The green tent down in Shadowside. I'll be waiting.
Kinda busy.
We both know you're no killer for hire. Uthid is innocent. So come see me while there's still time to save him.
So, the way in I spoke of is right behind you.
You've got to be kidding.
Not at all. And you needn't worry about the Kestrels. They'll be too busy acting important to pay attention to you.
First time in the Citadel, gotta see the sun ring from on high.
Well, the Kestrels.
Ah, they want us to see this, boy. It makes quite an impression.
I'm all for it.
So over there.
I trust you can at least pretend to respect your betters.
But... oh, I can't. Not if this guy's innocent. We gotta go save this innocent first. What are you doing here?
Idle chatter bores me.
Shouldn't you be over with your sister?
The food is from Dowager Queen Nasadi, little ones. Her Highness knows times are hard and helps when she can. Eat. Bring some home for your families, if you have one. I've heard whispers about you. Rides machines, fancy spear, delightful freckles. Some even say you have a conscience. How extraordinary.
Who are you? You're obviously not one of the Shadow Karja.
My name is Vanasha. For now, all you need to know is that I'm a whisper of reason in this howling pit of insanity.
I know how that feels.
I'm sure you do. And so does Uthid. He's a good man, so naturally the Shadow Karja want to murder him. I've done some digging, and I think he's headed for the Green Climb. It won't take those mercenaries long to find him. He could use some help, if you're so inclined.
Stop being evasive and tell me who you really are.
Stop being evasive? You might as well tell me to stop being charming. It's impossible, but I like you, so I'll tell you a secret. I have friends in Meridian, and I like to do favors for them when I can. Uthid might be of use to them, if he survives.
How do you know Uthid is innocent?
I'm excellent at making inquiries. Look, he feeds orphans from his own rations and personally punishes anyone who hurts the old or infirm. The idea that he would try to kill Edelman is ridiculous. He must have found something that can embarrass the priesthood. Otherwise, Bahavas wouldn't risk marking such a well-regarded man for death.
What makes you think he's on the Green Climb?
He knows he'll be pursued, so he needs a hideout that's both familiar and defensible. He once single-handedly held off an entire bandit clan in those foothills. My guess is that he'll fall back on what worked before.
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
I'll do what I can for Uthid. But what about you?
What about me what?
What will you do while I risk my life?
Useful things, little huntress. Look for 3 dead trees south of Sunfall. They mark the start of the Green Climb. Good luck.
The only thing this ceasefire will accomplish is prolonging our exile.
That's not really too far away. So we'll just go here under Shattered Kiln to that campfire, hit our fast travel, and we should be good to go.